Welcome back, students. So in the previous class, we had started with Act 4, Scene 1, which I told you is the court scene or the trial scene. We had started with the Duke of Venice feeling sorry for Antonio. The Duke had tried his best to stop Shylock from taking Antonio's pound of flesh. When Shylock comes into the court, the Duke again appeals for mercy, tells him that the world expects that Shylock will finally show mercy to Antonio, feeling pity for the losses that he had suffered in the recent past. Since the Arabs and the Turks, who were never taught to be polite, courteous, pitiful, merciful, and sympathetic, if they could be so, why couldn't Shylock be merciful towards Antonio? And the Duke had ended saying he wanted a positive, favorable response from Shylock. That is the point from where we begin, line number 36. Shylock: I have possessed your grace of what I purpose. Shylock says, Honorable Duke, I have already informed you of what I want, and what I want is nothing but Antonio's pound of flesh. And by our holy Sabbath have I sworn to have the due and forfeit of my bond. Holy Sabbath means Holy Saturday. Saturday is the holy day for the Jews, just as Sunday is for the Christians. So Shylock says, I have taken an oath in the name of Holy Saturday to have Antonio's pound of flesh. And obviously, since I have vowed to take it in the name of God, I am not going to break my oath. If you deny it, let the danger light upon your charter and your city's freedom. Legally, you are bound to give me the pound of flesh. You cannot stop me. If you refuse to give me Antonio's pound of flesh, dangers will fall on the laws of Venice. Dangers will fall on the freedom of the citizens of Venice. You will be yourself denying to give me those rights which your constitution guarantees to your citizens. So if you refuse to give me the pound of flesh, I will not be in danger. Your state will be in danger. The rules of your state will be in danger. The laws of your state will be in danger. The freedom of the citizens or the people of Venice will be in danger. You will ask me why I rather choose to have a weight of carrion flesh than to receive 3,000 ducats. I will not answer that. Honorable Duke, a question must be coming to your mind, and you must be itching to ask me that question. I know the question you are going to ask me. Why am I taking Antonio's pound of flesh instead of the money? Why am I insisting on taking Antonio's flesh instead of taking the 3,000 ducats? But I will not answer this question, even if you ask me the question. But say it is my humor. Your humor means mood. I can only tell you, Honorable Duke, that I am in the mood to take Antonio's pound of flesh and not the 3,000 ducats. Is it answered? Have I answered your question? Even though you have not asked me the question directly, but the question is there in your mind. What if my house be troubled with a rat, and I be pleased to give 10,000 ducats to have it baned? What? Are you answered yet? He is now giving a very good example. He is saying, supposing my house is troubled by a rat. Now, in order to kill a rat, I can spend 10 ducats. I can spend 10,000 ducats. It's my wish. Now, in order to poison and kill this rat, bane meaning poison and kill. Now, in order to poison and kill this rat, I spend 10,000 ducats. It is my money. How much I spend to kill the rat is my problem. Nobody should interfere. The point is, I spent 3,000 ducats to buy Antonio's pound of flesh. Now, instead of asking back for the money, I am demanding the flesh. It is my wish. Nobody can stop me legally. And my dear Duke, I hope you have got your answer. Some men there are, love not a gaping pig. Now again, he goes on to give more examples. He says, there are people in this world who do not like pigs with open mouth. Gaping means open mouth. Now, people don't like pigs with open mouth. Some that are mad if they behold a cat. Some people go mad when they see a cat. So, there are people who do not like pigs. There are people who cannot tolerate the sight of a cat. And others, when the bagpipe sinks in the nose, cannot contain themselves. The third example is, there are people, when they hear the sound of bagpipes, you know bagpipe is a musical instrument. So when people hear the sound of a bagpipe playing in their nose, meaning playing close to them, they cannot contain or control themselves. Now, if you ask a man why he doesn't like a pig, if you ask a man why he cannot tolerate a cat, if you ask a man why he cannot control himself when he hears the sound of a bagpipe, these people will not be able to give any reason. They will only say, I don't like them. I have an allergy to them. Not more than that. Similarly, my answer is, I have no reason why I want the pound of flesh rather than the money. I can only say, I don't like Antonio. I have an allergy to Antonio. And that is why I demand his pound of flesh. For affection, mistress of passion, sways it to the mood of what it likes or loathes. Now please pay attention to these. Affection, mistress of passion. What is affection? Affection means mood. And mistress of passion, here passion meaning mind. So the point is, our mood controls our mind. Our mood controls our mind. And according to our mood, which is controlling our mind, we may like something, we may dislike or loathe something. So our mind is controlled by our mood, and our mood decides what we will like and what we will dislike. Similarly, my mood is controlling my mind, and my mind is disliking Antonio, and therefore I demand the pound of flesh. Now for your answer. Now, Duke, I will answer your question. What is the question? Why am I taking the pound of flesh rather than 3,000 ducats? As there is no firm reason to be rendered why he cannot abide a gaping pig, why he a harmless necessary cat, why he a woolen bagpipe. See, I told you, when you ask a person the reason, if you ask him the reason why he cannot tolerate, abide meaning tolerate, a pig. If you ask a man why he cannot see, why does he dislike a domestic cat, necessary means domestic. If you ask a man the reason why he doesn't like the sound of a bagpipe, these people cannot give suitable reasons for that. Similarly, I have no suitable reason as to why I dislike Antonio. But of force must yield to such inevitable shame as to offend himself, being offended. Now listen, offend and offended, you must understand. Offended, first I come to this, offended. Now supposing you are hurt by somebody, you are harmed by somebody, you are insulted by somebody, what will you do? Will you keep quiet? No. Either you will, if you are a coward, you will keep quiet, which is generally not the case. And if you want to give it back, what will you do? You will hurt that person, insult that person, or harm that person to take your revenge. This is to offend. Now see, in this world, if somebody is offended, meaning if somebody is hurt, harmed, insulted, abused, he will not take it quietly. He will not take it lying down. He will not tolerate it silently. He will give it back. He will offend. He will hurt back, insult back, offend back, harm back. Now the point is, I have been hurt, harmed, insulted, that is offended by Antonio. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to keep quiet? Certainly not. I will offend him back. I will hurt him. I will insult him. I will harm him. And that is why I am demanding my due. And what is the due? The pound of Antonio's flesh. So can I give no answer, nor will I not. You will notice two words here. The point is, I cannot give any answer, and I will not give any answer. I cannot give any answer why I hate Antonio. I will not give any answer why I hate Antonio. But the irony is, even though he says I cannot give and I will not give, in the very next line, he gives the reason why he hates Antonio. Look at the next line. More than a lodged hate and a certain loathing I bear Antonio. Lodged meaning deep, and loathing meaning hatred. So I am trying to harm Antonio. I am trying to take his pound of flesh because of the deep dislike that I have for Antonio and the deep hatred that I have for Antonio. So you see, after saying that I cannot give any reason or I will not give any reason, he is actually giving the reasons. And the two reasons are, he has a deep dislike for Antonio, he has a deep-rooted hatred against Antonio. And we know why does he dislike Antonio? Why does he hate Antonio? You know the reasons. First of all, because he is a Christian. He gives money without interest. Antonio is always helping others with money without taking interest. Antonio hates Jews. Antonio insults Shylock. What has he done? Spit on him, kicked him like a dog, called him irreligious. So many reasons are there for Shylock to dislike Antonio or to hate Antonio, and that is why he wants Antonio's pound of flesh. That I follow thus a losing suit against him. Now please note that the case that Shylock is fighting against Antonio, this case is a loss for Shylock. It's a loss. How much is the loss? 3,000 ducats. Because he is not asking for the money. He is asking for the pound of flesh, which is useless. That is why he is saying, I am fighting a case against Antonio where I know I will be at a loss. And yet I am ready to fight the case. I am ready to suffer the loss of 3,000 ducats just because I hate Antonio. Are you answered yet? My dear Duke, have you got your answer? But before the Duke could say anything, Bassanio interferes. This is no answer, thou unfeeling man, to excuse the current of thy cruelty. Bassanio is saying, the answer that you have given is not a proper answer. You are an unfeeling, cruel-hearted man, and the answer that you have given, the reason that you have given why you hate Antonio cannot justify your cruel demand for his pound of flesh. Shylock, I am not bound to please thee with my answer. Shylock is speaking in a very mocking, sarcastic tone. And he is saying, actually he is making fun of Bassanio. Sarcasm meaning making fun. He is saying, look here Bassanio, I have come to this court to get my penalty, the pound of flesh. I have not come here to answer your questions or to please you with my answers. Bassanio, do all men kill the things they do not love? Bassanio asks a simple question. In this world, people do not like or love many things. But that doesn't mean the person will kill the object which he doesn't like, does not like. Meaning, I may not like Mr. X, but that doesn't mean I'm going to kill Mr. X. Shylock hates any man the thing he would not kill. Brilliant answer by Shylock. Shylock says, you kill out of hatred. You kill somebody not out of love, but out of hatred. And I hate Antonio. So the point is, if killing is done out of hatred, and I hate Antonio, then the logic is, out of hatred, I have the right to kill. Simple meaning. People don't kill out of love. People kill others out of hatred, and I hate Antonio. Therefore, I have every reason to kill. Bassanio, do all men kill the thing he would not, hates any man the thing he would not kill? Bassanio is saying, every offense is not a hate at first. Now, offense meaning mistake. Offense means mistake. Now, Bassanio is indirectly admitting that Antonio has made a mistake. What is the mistake? He did not pay on time. Yes, Antonio did make a mistake. He did not pay back the money to Shylock on time. But that only mistake cannot be the reason to kill Antonio. Actually, here, Bassanio is making a mistake. He is making a mistake. Okay, Antonio made a mistake. He did not pay back the money to Shylock on time. Therefore, Shylock got the chance to kill Antonio. But for one mistake, according to Bassanio, Shylock should not be killing Antonio. But the point is, did Antonio make only one mistake by not paying the money on time? No. There are other mistakes. That is why Shylock hates him. What were the mistakes? I told you just now, Antonio used to spit on Shylock, insult him, kick him. Were these not mistakes? So Shylock, when he is arguing, has got solid points to which nobody has any answer. And look at the next line. Shylock, what? Wouldst thou have a serpent sting thee twice? Serpent, imagine, is a snake. Now, supposing a snake bites you or stings you, stinging meaning biting. Now, supposing a snake bites you, what will you do? You will kill that snake. Will you let the snake go so that he gets a second chance to bite? Obviously not. You will never give the snake a second chance to bite. That is what Shylock is saying. Shylock is saying, will you give a snake a second chance to bite you? Who is the snake here? Antonio. What is the biting? All those insults, losses. So, will I give Antonio a second chance to insult me, abuse me, cause me financial losses? No. I will never give him a second chance. I will not let him go. I will kill him so that he never gets a second chance to cause me losses financially or insult me because I am a Jew. Brilliant argument. Antonio, I pray you, think you question with the Jew. You must understand, Antonio has now come to realize that it is useless arguing with Shylock because Shylock is not going to listen to anyone. That is why Antonio is addressing the court, especially the Duke, and saying, my dear Duke, my dear Bassanio, my dear Graciano, please remember with whom are you arguing? You are arguing with the Jew. You are questioning the Jew. You are debating with the Jew who is not ready to listen to anybody. Then why ask him questions? Why argue with him? Why debate with him? He is not going to listen. End this matter here. Honorable Duke, pass the judgment. Let Shylock have the pound of flesh and let me die. Antonio knows that nothing can stop Shylock from having his pound of flesh. You may as well go stand upon the beach and bid the main flood bait his usual height. This is example 1 given by Antonio. Please mark by the side example 1. What is his example 1? He is saying, you can go to the sea beach and you can order the high tide to reduce its height. The high tide will listen to you, but Shylock won't listen to you. So, you go to the beach, you order the high tide to reduce the height and become smaller. The tides will listen, but not Shylock. That is example number 1. You may as well use question with the wolf, why he hath made the ewe bleat for the lamb. This is example 2. What is example 2? Imagine a wolf has eaten up a lamb. Lamb is the young of a sheep. Okay? Now because the wolf has eaten away the lamb, the mother sheep is crying. The mother sheep is crying. You can go and ask the wolf, why did the wolf eat up the lamb and make the mother sheep cry? The wolf will be sorry for what he had done, but not Shylock. That was example number 2. You may as well forbid the mountain pines to wag their high tops and to make no noise when they are threatened with the gusts of heaven. This is the last example given by Antonio. What is it? Very simple. He says, you can go to the mountain pine trees and you can order the pine trees not to shake their top branches when they are hit by the wind. The pine trees will listen. The pine trees will stop shaking or swaying, but not Shylock. So this is example number 3. You can order the pine trees not to shake their top branches when they are hit by a gust of wind. The pine trees will listen to your request or order, but not Shylock. So you see, Antonio has given examples of a tide, a non-living object, a wolf, an animal, a pine tree, which is non-living but biologically living. All these will listen to your orders and requests. The wolf will feel sorry, but Antonio is so cruel and hard-hearted that he is not ready to listen to anybody. So arguing with him is useless. So my dear Duke, give the judgment, let me die. Let Shylock have my pound of flesh. That is where we stop today. Thank you. We will pick up from there.